Psalm 69, and I believe it starts at 22. Yep. It says, let their table become a snare before them. What is a table? You know, the table is the preparation of this truth. When you go to Proverbs chapter 9 and verse 1, right? It says, wisdom hath builded her house. She hath hewn out her 7 pillars, which is completion. Pillars represents, like a stronghold. It says, she hath killed her beast, she hath mingled her wine, she hath also furnished her table. See, so there's a table of righteousness, of the truth, of the proper breakdown with the proper meal. Then you have tables out there that are full of vomit. Go to Isaiah 28, and I believe that's 7 or 8. Right, 8 says, for all tables are full of Isaiah 28:8. For all tables are full of vomit and filthiness, so that there is no place clean. This is talking about spiritual. So here it is, you have these anti-Christians setting up their table with the scriptures and their breakdowns, and that's nothing but vomit. That's putrefying vomit, this nasty vomit, which goes all the way back to the Renaissance period. So this rotten batch of vomit that is out there, they're trying to make the ones that got cleaned up and became born again, they're trying to make them eat that shit again. They're trying to make them return to that vomit like a dog returns to his vomit. And you have some that are going back to it, but the elect are not going back to that, because the back in Romans the 11th chapter, the Apostle Paul said, I have reserved to myself 7,000 men that have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal, which the number 7,000 just represents completion. You have enough Israelite men that are teachers, that are inspired by Yahweh, by Shem Yahushai, true prophets, teachers, apostles, so on and so forth, that are not going to bow down the knee, that are not going to eat of that slop, that anti-Christian slop. They're not going to eat that. They're not going to eat that protein block of cockroaches that they're pushing out there, from the movie Snowpiercer, those of you that saw it. They're not going to be eating that shit. They're going to be eating of that pristine, clean table, with the best spiced wine, the pomegranate juice, and, all of the fixings, that come with it. Clean. All right? Non-GMO. So Proverbs 9:2, she hath killed the beast, she hath mingled the wine, she hath also furnished her tables. So back in Psalms 69:22, let their table, meaning the where they go to try to break down these scriptures, become a snare before them. A snare is a trap. And that which should have been for their welfare, in other words, this word is supposed to be for your welfare, let it become a trap. And that's why they get trapped in it. Because you read this scripture and you read that scripture, and what happens? You become confused because the scriptures are a puzzle. And if you're not part of the elect, you're not going to be able to maneuver through the maze of these scriptures. That's why some people say, well, I don't understand the Bible. It seems like it contradicts itself. No, it doesn't contradict itself. It's just that you don't know how to read it because you're not being guided by the Spirit. That's why the Ethiopian eunuch, when the Apostle Philip asked him, do you understand what you read? He said, how can I except some man teach me? So 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 16, as also in all his epistles, speaking in them of these things, meaning of the salvation of Yahushua, the Israelite foreigners, in which are some things hard to be understood. Why? Because the Lord don't want everyone to get it. This is why Yahushua spoke in parables to the masses. But when he spoke to the apostles and them, he spoke to them straight up. It says, which they that are unlearned, and unstable rest or wrestle. So the ones that are unlearned and unstable, they're wrestling with these scriptures. It says, as they do also the other scriptures, even other scriptures, when you go to different scriptures in the Old Testament and, other prophecies, it says unto their own destruction. See? So here it is. This truth, this word is the engrafted word, which is able to save your soul, but not everyone can get that. Because everyone that picks up the Bible, they're not going to be able to understand what they're reading. And if they're not a part of the elect, doesn't matter. They listen to the right teachers, they're not going to get it because it's going to be something that's going to block them from getting it. That's why some of these different groups that are teaching wayward doctrines won't listen to the words that are coming out of the mouth of the apostles and elders and bishops, of Great Millstone, because they're not built to receive it. There's a spiritual block there. So going back to Psalms 69 and 23, let their eyes be darkened that they see not, right? Because they're not a part of the elect, and make their loins continually to shake, which is their minds. Did not the Lord tell the apostles, gird up the loins of your mind in so many words? It says, pour out thine indignation upon them, and let thy wrathful anger take hold of them. Let their habitation be desolate, and let none dwell in their tents. And you can read on. It goes in. This pretty much is a curse that the Lord put upon that. I believe this is King David put upon the rest of Israel, the wicked ones. For they persecute him whom thou hast smitten, which is dealing with Yahushai overall. And they talk to the grief of those whom thou hast wounded, which ultimately refers to the teachers, prophets, of the Lord. Add iniquity unto their iniquity, and let them not come into thy righteousness. See, and that's why they can't get it, because there is a block for them to come into the righteousness of the Lord. That's why they cannot attend the table of the Lord, because they sat down and made a mess. They're more comfortable sitting at the throw up table with these anti-Christians or these wayward, these false prophet Israelites, than to actually sit at the table of the Lord and get the true and proper understanding. All type of stumbling blocks come their way. They because you have people call us bums. They call us all kind of crazy shit, and we don't look the part. Because we look poor. They don't want to come to us, but then they'll go to groups that look prestigious, and they don't know that some of the stuff that they learn in there is nonsense. It says, let them be blotted out of the book of the living and not be written with the righteous. Why? Because they are not a part of the elect.